tasi o o.
Do you know, children, that a world without energy, everything that we depend on, like telephones, lights, computers, laptops, refrigerators, gas, would not exist? Did you know that? But before we move on to that, the question is, what is energy? What is energy? Okay, shall we have the lights back on, please? See how extraordinary to have energy, okay? But that's the question. What was the question again? What is light? I'm pretty sure you're going to come up with that universal definition that you get from the internet, that energy is the ability to do work. How's that, right? Is that the definition you have in your mind? Oh, come on. Let me put back my glasses. Shall I turn this off? Shall I turn this off? Okay, right. Good morning, Year 8, and welcome to our science lesson for today. Okay, this is our science lesson, and we are in that strand. What is it? The world and beyond strand, right? The world and beyond. Now, I'm pretty sure that when you were in year 4, go back to year 4, when you were in year 4, you study about natural resources. Okay, natural resources. Natural resources. Remember? You remember? You studied it when you were in year 4. So I put this word up on board. How's that? Okay? Natural resources. Natural resources. Let's base on natural, beautiful natural resources. And what did you learn about natural resources? What are natural resources? You have studied natural resources right from year 1, year 2, but in year 4, you clarify it. So what's the first sum of natural resources that you have learned in year 1? O mena whaiei, meri 1 mena whaiei lea 2. Lento meri runga lea 4, o me mawere na 2. So we're going to go back that, have a fresh memory of that. But let's have a look at it. Can you read this? A natural resource is something that is found in nature and can be used by people. For example, light, air, water, plants, animals, soil, stone, minerals, and fossil fuels. Do you remember that? Yes, this is the definition. Now, pop back into your mind. All gone back, huh? So shall we put this up here? My natural resources. Now, there's another thing that we need to look at. Okay, we need to look at that these materials or natural resources or God-made materials are classified into, what are these? 2 groups. Now, who can guess what those 2 groups are? What are those 2 groups that the materials or natural resources are classified into? Oh, let's check out those 2 groups. Okay, first of all, renewable resources. Okay, they are renewable resources. Okay, shall we put it up? Okay, okay, renewable, let's put you. And what's the next one? Guess, what's the next one? What's the next one? What's it? Yes, it's non-renewable. Non-renewable resources. See, the things that are found in nature are classified into, into 2 groups. See how it's done? You have heard of this word before. Masanyang ko ma masangyang ko wa ko fa ya upula So there are Samoan words to describe these two sets of Samoa. Renewable, they say, mo meo me re uma. Can be found all the time, available at all times. So I can say, mo meo puna oa, alanga oa maua pea. E maua ai taimi uma re uma. But non-renewable, o longa e whai uma. O longa pe ni puna oa fo i uti. Puna oa po oa e uti. E a puti wha alonga wha o ngaina wai alu uma. Ia ranga oa la ia. So let's have a look at some of the examples here. E alale light. Let's use the sun. The sun, the light of the sun. Whea roi e uma. E uma le light nga sama the sun. E sia soa pe ui kako wow. Wa uma le light ma the sun. Wa pongi sama le langi. Whea roi light. Yeah, we play because it is there. The light is always there. Light from the sun is always out there. Okay? Yeah, I whea kamala reo ea. Le ea. Ui, woma ea. Woma. E mo. Anga ya le ea. You're still breathing. You're breathing. I'm breathing. So therefore, whea play se le ea. In the water. Renewable. What about these two? Plants and animals. Ese kai moalu kwa lai mas a animal, but he was a plant. You can no longer find them on Earth. Where would you place those? Two. Renewable. Uno puna oa e maua pea. Fa maili si fa samu puna oa fa fou. You know, whatever fa samu you can come up with. But at least you understand the word. That's the main thing here. Understand them. Along with renewable resources, o puna oa, halanga oa, e maua pea e le uma. Non-renewable resources, o puna oa, alanga oa e uti longa e once it's finished, ilim whain koe mau mai. Okay, let's check this too. Ui, maro keki. Ui, rau kama. Ai maro tiu. Maro keki, wai whalung tara sa video, le wha mai i le wing o renewable ma non-renewable. E alo, tau whalung mai, le wha mai o renewable, no o loa rana po puna ona e maua ia so uma, taimi mai le uma. A non-renewable, e uma. Alo, tana le whesilia le wha iatu, a whila mo me voi o apu. Apple sa wal whalo loa. A wa atapuni loa waa, ia e le toi mau mani apo tātou, o le ala so i loa iei. Whila la vei, apu pe ale toi mau ni a tātou, se renewable, po se non-renewable. Ia wa umai apo laulangi, pe tapuni awa, o la ai tele apu isia tunu le toi apu. Na o tātou ana la tapuni ia vaana la le mawai apu, au apu ia. E la vea vaengo la au, e la vea au aingo renewable resources. E mo ila ia tāu la se tui whao tato le song. Le whatari. Pe whanau ia sa vile, e whanau tato learning outcome, nanga nero ta whai tatanronga. E whai tato learning outcome. I'm sorry, Gekin Fahi. I forgot the learning outcome. So, but here is our learning outcome. Okay, can you all see our learning outcome here? It says, let's all read our learning outcome. We are learning to describe some renewable and some non-renewable sources of energy in the local community. Wow, what's the key word here? What's the key word here? We are learning to describe. We are learning to describe what? What are we going to describe? We are learning to describe some renewable sources of and some non-renewable sources of energy found in our local communities. Give an example of our local community, back in our villages, in our homes. That's where we're going to find. Okay, nongo tatunga luena fai la tatu e fa matala. Ia puna o po alanga o maua pea, puna o po alanga o uti. O lo mau so no nu malala, ala fanga tatou la pria. So, shall we put this up? Okay. Okay, let's put this up here. Yeah, don't forget, we already know that the natural resources here we have are classified into two groups, okay? So let's have a look at this. Since our learning outcome requires us to describe the sources of energy, renewable sources of energy. And so let's have a look at this one. We'll put this on, but it says renewable sources of energy. Shall we put this up? Okay. Okay, put this up here. Okay, renewable sources of energy. And the next one, guess. Oh, there's no need for guessing because you already know. Okay, it's non-renewable sources of energy. We need to stick to our learning outcome because what the learning outcome uses, it says the sources of energy. Okay, we put this up here. Okay. As well, we look at the definition. What does the definition say? A renewable energy resources or source can be replaced or will never run out. Never. We have already discussed this. So we put the definition here up there. Okay. Whew. Okay. And right now you should have a definition of this one. Okay. And it says here, non-renewable energy resource or source will run out. Once used, they can never be used again or even replaced. But if it can be replaced, it will take thousands and millions of years. See, look at the time for these guys to get back on their feet. I'll put this up here. That's the definition of these two. Okay, and that's it. See, bear with me. You should follow me. Okay, are you following me? Or are there some distractions there? Okay, follow me. We have looked at the definition of these two. Okay, the definition of. So, shall we look at the fossil fuel? The fossil is one of the most. Remember that in year 6, we study fossils. When you were in year 6, you study fossils. Okay, let's have a look at the fossils. Some of the very non-renewable sources of energy. Fossils, they will make gold, the gas, and the oil. So we put them up here. The fossil fuels. Wow. Okay. Yeah, lela tiu. Wa malama le wingo renewable sources, but not renewable sources. Lela whakala keki. Ngai te whai mai o fossils. Po fossil fuels se i o talangi lea. O non-renewable resources o na e uma. O la ua pa ule tau o pensini mal sua au. A pa ula se tau se oloa. Olo na winga. Ua tele pe ua lata fo ina expire. E sa awali au riketi. Se whaatari ea. Matua e whaalawe lave. Olo o whai atu le sona la umal taimi. Whaatari ta whaalongo pera lungo le sona la e atu. Wai loa. Oi, e sa o la ti uma ke kira kalango mai o fa mai ra o pa uko pensi e ke kilo mela I lai ta to fa te ingala examples of renewable sources of energy. Allah. Have you seen any of this here in Samoa? Me vai mo nisi vai ngai nei Samoa. Se fa pila lunga ta to ti loi. La tu lai lunga. Okay. La o lunga. Vai foi ke foi pa uma ila lo Okay. Yeah, tatu talata noro la ye. Tu sa la onga luenga I sa fa tinu vaenga o fossil fuels. Le la wa mata tau place a kol vaenga ia. Tau sui e mo ia lai le istruinga to fo de. Ma stan fo ngari embe ma na ye. E mo ia lai le istruinga to fo de. Ala wa makanka o wala ia a malo fo la lang la vea tu Samoa le to pe tali to te o mai le mal vanga fossil fuels ia la tali mal vanga ia ai tato mana o nga yo malos for energy sources of energy. Here we have solar energy from the sun. Have you seen any of the solar panels in Samoa? Yeah, at the airport, on your way to the airport. Lawa kere lea, your panels are way here. Wa mo mai, whaim tō to te asia si pia tō pat, na ti tila ia convert the sun into electricity, or le vai o le water, e pe o le si mele o le vai lea tātou, lea, o te amsia, le whai le tise, ia arua whai o pia, ia whakua kapa swau. Before the naru go tau e tise, a misa pea whaonga ia, I swau. Ai a whapea lai sua tatou vai tawhi, ai tere tatou vai tawhi, ka wala whai ila tatou e tise, But sometimes, ia a whapea wala ua pē vai kawhi, boy, back for it as well. Yeah, so we look at the wind, savidi. Look at the windmill. Look at the windmill. See how they convert it, collect. The geothermal type of source is ole hite mai kongo lalangi. Le sau mai tono le lalangi from inside the earth. The wave and the tidal one, te sami. They construct of it in the coastline. Yeah, and the biomass. Biomass refers to the plants. Le kasale taole. Biogas. Okay, biomass. If you look at the plants, decay and all that, and then we call it biogas. How's that? So I have the last drawing here. If you can spot this one. Era is so excited. It's on the umafate to I do the camera. Okay, no go camera. Okay, there we are. But yeah. I spot the energy sources. Yeah, quite south kilo. But energy sources later to the fire make tono latalia. Yeah, kilo. Well, melia. It's a oil. Yeah, land there. Fair. The waving tidal equal some. Windmill there. Windmill well damp there. These are some of the sources of energy. They go kongu menga olau learning outcome learning feta to from maybe quite or extend from a talamai. Being me fa pene tono tato no. Look malala fang or sources of energy in to fire. Because way back in year 3 or year 2, I remember say little science of fire. Wow, la ya tato, year 2, wala la ya tato. La that's energy. And how do you use that energy from the sun? Of course, in that lesson year 2, when you were in year 2, you said, vegetable cycle, so that's a source of energy found in our village, our local community here. Blowing up. Sources of energy renewable. All we need is solar panels. So can we go back to our learning outcome? See, can you now define renewable and non-renewable, or shall we start from resources, natural resources? You know what natural resources are. Things found on nature, but too. Okay, how many groups that natural resources are classified into? 2 groups. What are they? Renewable resources, non-renewable resources, the same as source of energy. Okay, so if I don't wapi, assessment, just the last part, we'll see how well you were with me, okay, during this lesson. Assessment, okay, well, bear with me for our assessment, our 5th component of our lesson. Okay, we're gonna go each question one by one, and you can, if your pen there, your exercise book, just write your answers as we go along and see if you're right. Okay, now let's look at the first question. The first question says, which of the following is an example of a renewable energy source? gasoline, solar power, coal, fossil fuel. So which is an example? Which is, okay, B. So shall we circle letter P? Okay, B, solar power. Number 2, I'm going to go slow. Which of the following best describes renewable energy? Energy from fossil fuels, A. B, energy that is generated by burning up something. C, an energy source that is not used up. And D, all of the above. What's your answer? Good. C. Okay. 3. Why is developing renewable energy important to life on Earth? Why, I say? A, other energy sources will be used up and gone forever. B, we will run out of energy. C, renewable energy can last forever. And D, all of the above. Which is your answer? What's your answer? D. Good. 4. What type of renewable energy comes from building dams on rivers? A, wind power, solar power, hydropower, wave and tidal power. Answer, C. Good. Number 5. What type of renewable energy comes from tapping heat generated inside the Earth? A, geothermal energy. B, solar power. C, wind power. D, hydropower. What's your answer? Good. A. 6. What type of renewable energy comes from the power of the ocean? A, biomass energy. B, wave and tidal power. C, hydropower. D, solar power. Answer, B. Okay. Here. And the last one, renewable energy is generally better for the environment as it produces less pollution. True or false? Answer, true. A. So that's our assessment. Yeah. 4 cá mensal. 4. Oi 7. Oi 2 mensal. We got all of this correct. Oi. Oh, don't worry. We're still gonna go through the exercise, but let's move on to our final part, which is the extension of our lesson, which is building a model of this, some of this. Okay, let's go to our workshop. Okay, we have a blank sheet of paper here, and we're gonna make a what? A panel. Solar panel. Okay, so let's cut this out. We cut this, and this is your extension work. Okay, where's the twink? Yeah, and you have the twink here. Yeah, we can draw some lines with this twink. Lines here, the twink. Yeah, well, that's all right for bear. I'm gonna twink. That's okay, no problem. I get it, twink. I get it, twink. Like more. So let's try this up. Okay. What am I doing? Ele faz kako solar panel. Okay. Kako solar panel hoingale. Okay. See, solar panel. How's that? Okay, that's it. So we have the tape here. Okay. That's a standard panel. Can I have a stand for this panel? Kako panel. We have to let this thing dry. Otherwise, it'll be. Yeah, here. And we have the, see, we got our solar panel. So wait here, I'll go and what's the next thing? We need a windmill, right? We need a windmill. Windmill, where are you, windmill? Gonna cut the wheel. Ooh. Oh. The windmill. Yeah. Wow. Because we need to trace this and then we cut it off. Okay. Therefore, what next? I'll go and bring some clay. How about some clay or some of this? Yeah, windmill. Here, do I have a snowman mark here? Oh, anyway, here. Over there. And then, do we nibble this thing here? Yeah. We stick a blue tack or red tack or orange tack. Does no matter. In here. Okay. We have it here. See? And that's it. What else must we make? Oh, a biomass. Okay. Biomass. Where are you, biomass? Here's biomass. It's a plant here. Cut out. A stem. We put it on the stem of this tree. See? How's that? So we'll take this out of here. Something here for the sun. Hey, sun. Come over here, son. And let me on ngay Okay, and here we bring our windmill here. We our panel. A panel. And we have some more solar panel. You know, solar panel for the solar panel. You often see this at the airports, right? Yeah, solar panel. Yeah, I miss biomass. Hey, biomass, come over here. Biomass. The stand of biomass. Let's get some more biomass. We have some more plants here for our biomass. Oh, should be here. Let's go make biomass there. Yeah, that's biomass. Okay, what's next? Oh, gotta go windmill. Windmill. Oh, it's windmill. Gotta go model there. Even if because of our time. Okay, because of our time. But you can finish it at home, okay? You can have your own, make your own windmill. You got a little year funny. My face out windmill. Okay, hey, come back here. Back here. You go over there. We go get the labels. Okay. Here we have the solar, the sun, the solar panel. We have here the the biomass here, and of course here we have the wind, and of course we need some animals, you know, boom, some animals here, and the pig here. How's that? And of course some houses, you know, the houses here where people live. And how about the vehicle? Yeah, there's another family, a family car here. And another plant here, somewhere at the back here. So I'll leave this here. So can you now see this model here? How many sources of energy have I made? Sources of energy, yeah, we have the solar power. We have the biomass for biogas. And we have the wind. So how many more? Maybe three. Maybe three. The other three, now you construct the other three. You finish up my model. Okay? Maybe you can make your own model and include all the what? All these sources of energy. But since our time, I was able to put up only three of them. Okay? So, look. So can you now describe some renewable and non-renewable sources of energy in your village? Can you make a model like this? The sun, I think the sun is the universal one. We all use this, you know. But high sun, high solar panel, high biomass, and high wind, and higher 8, and that's all for now.